Yo, what is good, guys? I'm Relik, welcome to WAVNINJA. Sorry, it's been a while since I made a video. I've just been focusing on getting my pack out on Halloween, which is when I will be dropping my next kit called Berserk, and it's like a Kenny beats Ronnie J type, like really hard style drum kit, and it's all non-recycled sound, so it sounds really fire, especially the 808s. But yeah, I'll have that dropped on Halloween, and without further ado, I'm just gonna get straight into the video, so make sure to like and subscribe. I'm gonna be showing you a couple tips that I use to get smoother transitions in my beats, and yeah, just, you know, how I go about doing it. So yeah, the first thing I want to recommend is that your composition and that your arrangement is on point. Because with your composition and arrangement, as long as you have those on point, you don't even necessarily need transitions. Basically, I would try to switch things up every 8 or 16 bars and to, you know, take out and just basically use what's called subtractive arrangement, where you basically make a really full loop and then you take out certain elements over time just to keep it kind of varied and just not super boring and repetitive, because rappers don't really like that all the time. Some people do. I guess it really just depends on the beat, but I like to keep things moving and switching things up and kind of have a distinct difference between like the chorus, which is really full, and like the verses, which are a little more open and allows you to just kind of like do and play around. So yeah, I'm just going to be showing you this beat real quick. Tell me who you hear on it in the comments, and I'll give you a high five. And yeah. Yeah, so as you can hear, I just have it varying and switching up, and I don't even have any effects on here yet, like transitions and risers and anything like that. So yeah, that's what we're gonna add today. And yeah, I'm just gonna show you different techniques and stuff that I have. And the first one I would recommend is that if you have like cymbals like I do in this, and it's that Beethoven cymbal or whatever, I would recommend that you maybe consider like using a reverse cymbal. So I'm just gonna turn this down real quick. And I'm gonna take out this like beginning section because it kind of like, I don't know, it lowers in volume. So I feel like it would just be weird. And then I'm gonna hit reverse or hit R for reverse and just add a little fade in. And as you can hear, just kind of adds a little nice transition. And then, you know, you can do this every 8 or 16 bars or whatever, which I think adds a little bit of variation. Either I'll have like transitions every 16 bars or I'll have transitions every 8 and 16 bars just to give it variation. So maybe I'll have this every 8 bars, and then what I can do is I'll add risers every 16 bars, and that kind of just gives it a little bit of anticipation for each section. So yeah, the next thing I'm gonna recommend that you do is you know, just using stops, making use of stops. I think it's really cool. And I especially use it in the beginning of my beats a lot. So if you can hear, I'm just going to take out these cymbals, or yeah, the hi-hats. And then I'm also going to mute the synths. And then, so you have it swell in. So I think that works out pretty well. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're also going to add some risers. And usually people just have like go-to risers that they use almost every beat. Like Tay Keith has his like, you know, signature riser. KBZ has a signature riser. And usually I just typically stick with like 4 or 5 different risers that I use on a consistent basis. And that's just because I think they sound good and it just kind of keeps a cohesiveness for your beats and stuff. So yeah, I'm just going to go through a couple of these. So this swoop one I actually have in my free drum kit, which I'll link in the description for you guys to download. But this one is really nice because it kind of just, it's not too like high-end E, and it allows me to, you know, kind of like swoop in the drums. I don't know how to describe it, like just listen. Just kind of like swells in really nicely. And now obviously you can add stuff like a reverb, delay and stuff, and yeah, I'm just not going to do that because I'm going to add one on top of this. And if I could just get this going every 16 bars. Not doing a very good job of duplicating this out correctly, but yeah, there we go. So yeah, there that would be basically the beginning of the chorus, and then this is the transition into the verse, and then back into the chorus. And that's why I like doing it every 16 bars, because usually I have my chorus 16 bars, and then I have my verses 16 bars. So yeah, another one I'm gonna do is just like a higher version of it. Let me see. I think it's called Goat. This one I tend to use quite frequently too. And I'm just gonna add this real quick. Turn off warp. Zoom in. And just kind of cut off this beginning and the beginning and the end, actually. Just kind of have it swell in and turn this down. Yeah, so I think that sounds pretty good. I'm gonna also add a delay on this, which is a really nice technique that I like using, because it sometimes sounds kind of weird when it just like cuts off like randomly. So I like to add delays, and usually what I'll do is I will automate it on. So I'm gonna have this every 16 bars or whatever. And then I'm just gonna automate the delay on. See if you can hear it. Yeah, so it kind of just like allows you to ease it in a little bit better. And then I also add a multiband dynamics on it just to have it tail out a little bit longer. And then sometimes I'll add a reverb, but you know, this time I don't really want to. Let me see. Just gonna expand this out, do it every 16 bars. And yeah, that's typically how I go about it. Another thing I would recommend that you would try out is fills. They're a really good way of, you know, having it, you know, transition from one section to another, but it's not necessarily common in beats per se, like beats that people would rap on. It's more common in like stuff like, I don't know, I guess more complex like EDM type stuff or like hybrid stuff. But yeah, this is kind of the general idea of like how I go about, you know, adding transitions and stuff. You just need to find your signature risers and just kind of like mess around and see what works for you. You may not need to use the delay trick or use the swoop or you know, use the cymbals. And in fact, I don't really use them every beat. So you know, just kind of plug and play and choose which ones you want to use for your specific beats. I'm sorry I'm dragging this on a long time. It's been a while since I made a video, so I'm kind of rusty. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I will have more videos coming out this week, and yeah, I'll see you guys.